Hello, this is Astro Podcast. I'm Jody Booth. Shirami. How's everyone this week? It is November 8th. It is my weekly astrology report. I'm getting this out a little late. It's already dark out. The quarter moon's up there because we're going to have a new moon this Friday. So we are getting close. Well, actually, it's a half moon, not a quarter moon. Quarter moon was last week. So today, it's been a crazy day. Yesterday was crazy. So now, what does this week hold for us? There will be a full moon on the 15th in Taurus. It is the Taurus full moon opposite the Scorpio Sun at 24 degrees. And as it's in Taurus, it is going to also be meeting up with Uranus, which is in Taurus. And again, Uranus is the planet that has surprises, abrupt surprises sometimes. Things happen and unexpectedly, even if you might think something might happen, it might go the opposite way. The biggest configuration of this week is the fact that Pluto will be moving into Aquarius on the 19th. So this week, as every planet travels around, the personal planets like the moon moving quickly, and as the sun prepares to shift into Sagittarius, where Mercury currently is, there's going to be a lot of interactions with Pluto as it's at the very second degrees of Pluto at the very second degrees of Capricorn. So as this week already we felt it, and Mars is now in Leo. Mars is traveling very slowly. It's going to take Mars almost all month to travel 6 degrees of Leo before it starts to retrograde back again and go all the way back into Cancer at 17 degrees, which I spoke about a little bit last week. So really the major thing of this week is Mars and Mercury in their pre-retrograde period time zone going on. So you're going to start to feel that slowdown. But also when the planets are retrograde, they're more powerful because they have more energy, because they're not moving as much, or they have more energy. So with Mercury retrograde here in Sagittarius, it's going to be very, very investigative. As Sagittarius likes to learn, likes to explore. So Mercury's mind is exploring, but Mercury's going to retrograde back into Scorpio. And remember what was happening in Mercury and Scorpio. All kinds of deep, dark secrets were coming out. All kinds of things were happening. So we're going to be revisiting that to the end of the year, through the end of the year. So these are the things we've been talking about, is that with all this energy, especially Mars and Leo, you feel go, 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 go. Your core, inner Leo wants to come out and play and right? But then you have Venus, who is now getting ready to be in Capricorn after leaving Sagittarius, where she was adventurous, she was open-minded. Now she's going to Capricorn, where she's going to be more conservative. You have the tie on, everything's impeccably neat, everything is businesslike, there's no time to waste. Everything has a purpose, very much like Virgo, the other earth sign in Capricorn is a lot like, and Taurus, where Uranus is. So we really have this situation where Pluto and Capricorn, as Molly McCord was suggesting, it could be the last time for some of us in our lifetime, where it's the last time Pluto's in Aquarius. I mean, in a Capricorn, because it's getting ready to go into an air sign. Then it'll go 20 years later in a Pisces, a water sign. Then it'll go into a fire sign of Aries. Then it will go into Taurus. And that's about 40, 80 years. That's a long time because it takes Pluto so long to travel. So having it be the last time it's in a cardinal earth sign really means that our reality, our sense of what's real, but you can put your foot down on the earth, feel connected to the earth. These things are starting to change. Now ideas are floating up in the air, especially as it heads into Aquarius, the fixed air sign. So we're going to be fixed in the way we communicate. And as Pluto shifts into Aquarius on the 19th, it will be opposing Mars in Leo at 1 degree, I believe. So we have a lot going on with that. And Mercury again, heading into Sagittarius is really great. Our minds are very open and expanded. Venus was just here showing us what was up. This is it. And now Venus going into Capricorn brings on a lot of other things we have to think about. So let's talk a little bit about this very final degrees of Pluto, because it's the last full week that Pluto will be in Capricorn. So when you think about that, it's been there since 2008. So we look back and say, what's been going on since 2008? And I, for one, have completely changed where I live. I started a podcast. I had another baby during that time in 2010. So a lot happened that really changed my life. And now it's going to head into the sign opposite of my sun, which is Leo. So my relationships, my partnerships, the way I deal with other people are going to change. And that's going to be great for me. I love having partners do things with me. I love being partners with people. I'm partners with my son. All my sons, I'm partners with them in some way. And it's a good partnership to have. So one of the things I really have noticed this week is that there's a lot of surface anger. It just kind of comes out. Also with Mars retrograde and Mercury, nostalgia is very big right now at this time with the holidays coming. Old friends, old places you visited, food you like to eat during the holiday. Nostalgia is really coming up. And let's address the big elephant in the room, which is the Republican Party taking over the government during this past election. I'm usually not very political. I just like to kind of know what's going on, so I'm not blindsided by things. So I keep up with stuff, and I realize it does kind of get me angry sometimes, so I try not to watch it all the time. And if it gets you angry, it just means you're passionate, that you actually care about people, and you want things to be, fair, equal in whichever way you see fair and equal is, right? Because everyone has their own subjective thoughts about it. I think it's calmed down a little bit, Florida, from what I can feel. Feels a little calmer. People are happy. What happened was Florida completely is a red state. And I'm at that age where a lot of politics doesn't affect me as much as if I was younger, So we'll see what happens. Like I said, nothing moves forward till June 2025. And a lot of reason for that, again, is the planets are going to start going retrograde, then wake up, and all the outer planets will have shifted and be awake by June of 2025. So we'll see how that goes. We hope it goes well. And some astrologers were wrong with who they picked to be president. So none of that really matters until the president gets inaugurated and is sitting behind the desk at the Oval Office. Because as you can see, there's last time that shift happened, it was kind of chaotic. And, no one wants a repeat of that, right? So let's hope that everything goes well. But the way things are going, it doesn't seem like, it went the way it seemed like it should have gone. So we'll see how that goes, right, in the long run. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is that Venus is moving into Capricorn during this full moon, and we're going to have our values. Because again, Venus rules Taurus and Libra, my rising sign, an air sign. So Venus now in Capricorn will be shaping the way Taurus is interacting with Uranus in Taurus, and also the way Libra is interacting in the outer sphere diplomacy-wise. Because Capricorn is very conservative, is the Saturn, the father. And so here Venus is going to be very not wasteful, very pragmatic, very understanding of what makes things happen, the steps to get there and how to get there. So we have that to look forward to with Venus and Capricorn. We can be methodical about writing. There's things that we're working on. We can feel the urge to get it done because Capricorn is a worker. So that's a good part of Venus going into Capricorn. And it's also around the holidays where we honor traditions and, again, our favorite foods and all these things. So it's a good time to really reconnect and know that you belong. If you built something up for yourself, this is why you built something up for yourself. Because when things are confusing and you don't know where to turn, you can have something to hold on to that you built and that you love and you cherish. So that's what the Earth sign is doing for us. And with Pluto getting ready to leave here, it really wants us to honor those things that have made us who we are, good or bad. If you're still talking to those people, if you're not, if they're passed away, these are the memories that are really flooding the gates right now, especially as the sun is still in Scorpio. And Sagittarius has Mercury there, who is deep diving into folklore and what country I could be from, my ancestors, with Venus heading there. It's a helping hand situation, like, oh, let's find out the history of this, find out the history of that. So that's the upside to everything when you want to look at it. You can be depressed and mean and angry all you want, but all it does is hurt yourself. It's good to release things. It's good to forgive because it helps you to love yourself more too. Okay, I will be back next week, and I have been posting things on my Instagram page, astropod_cast, my stories and my little things. So come on over there and check it out. And also last week I posted my hourly and weekly and yearly rates. And for $100, you can have a half-hour consultation with me. For $250, you can have an hour consultation with me. If you'd like it to be longer, like a yearly plan, it's going to be $3,000, I believe. And that gets you a monthly meeting for at least 4 hours. So that's what it would be. It would be 4 hours a month that you talk to me at your leisure, whatever time it is you want. And that $3,000 would give you that for 4 hours a month. It will talk to you about whatever it is you want, deep dive research for you. Okay? So thank you for showing up, and I appreciate you for hanging around. I know I've been really scatterbrained with my timing of my podcast, but things have just been really busy. Like today, it was so busy. I went with my son to a herbalist because, again, I'm getting into this permaculture life, so I need to know the herbs I need to have. So these are things that are going on, and it really does take a lot of time to research this and then also to do this. So I want you to know I am dedicated to this. I dedicate at least 2 or 3 hours a day, every week, every month on this, even on the weekends. And for me, it really helps to center me during these times. It helps me with my hope, but I think could happen, the possibilities that I see in the charts, in the cards, these possibilities, probably why I wake up optimistic, because a lot of things I've wished for in my life have come true, and hopefully more will come true. Here comes some nice trees. God speaking to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you next week. Okay? Make sure you check it out. Like and subscribe to my stuff. Okay? I'm on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Amazon. Okay? Thank you. I'm getting ready to start a Substack pretty soon, where I write every day about stuff, like a little journal, a diary journal. Okay? I'll tell you when that gets up. Thank you. I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Bye. Mwah.